Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Palantir's SPAC investment in Babylon Health. This is a really interesting one. This is a part of our ongoing series in a playlist on the channel for the 14 SPAC investments that Palantir has made. SPAC investments are special purpose acquisition companies. Palantir took a lot of money, around $226 million, put it into 14 different companies, and they're basically betting that these companies are going to go to the moon, and if they go to the moon, Palantir has an equity stake in them, so Palantir as a result will likely, hopefully, go to the moon as well. Now, Babylon Health. This is a really interesting company. I've been looking at it since December. I've been trying to understand it since December. It's been about a month now of me really trying to get a grip on it. And I'm starting to understand it a lot more and understand why Palantir made this investment. So let's go into my computer really quickly. Let's talk about what Babylon Health says. I want to read you what they say off their website so you can have a better understanding of why Palantir made this investment. And then we're going to start analyzing it.
All right, so here's their website. They say in their About section, we're creating a better model of healthcare. Shifting the focus of healthcare from sick to preventative care can result in better health and reduced costs. That's why we're combining AI and technology, so already that should be a little bit of a Palantir flag to you, with human medical expertise, that's also a Palantir flag because they combine humans with technology, to create all-in-one healthcare right from your device, a unified centralized platform. That's also screaming Palantir. We believe it's a better model for healthcare for everyone. So already, if I'm like a third grader and I'm trying to understand this, I don't know why a third grader would be caring about Babylon Health, but let's say I'm trying to understand this. They're trying to take artificial intelligence, what I think of as data-driven recommendation engines, combining them with general healthcare plans, and then trying to build out this all-in-one model right from your device. Like this, there's an app on your phone, you can plug in all your health data, and then they can give you a better understanding of what to do for your healthcare. So they said, we want to provide scalable, sustainable services everywhere. That's why we build healthcare partnerships with organizations to solve challenges. So they partnered with HEG. In the US, we work with partners to provide 24/7 primary care and support to millions of Americans. NHS in the UK, the Palantir has also worked with the NHS in the UK, so it makes sense why they're working with them as well. And in Rwanda, we're helping the government deliver healthcare to 20% of the total population. So this is a company that's trying to attack a very big market, multi-trillion-dollar market, which is the healthcare market. And they're trying to do it in a unique way. So how do we make healthcare accessible and affordable? And that's really the question, right? How can a company, not a governmental program, actually make healthcare more accessible and more affordable for the everyday person? Because governmental programs, some of them are good, some of them are bad, but like you got to have some companies innovating here. To make healthcare more affordable, we use AI and technology to help our doctors and nurses complete administrative tasks more efficiently and gain insights to make informed decisions. To make healthcare accessible, we deliver it through the devices people own. So in the context of making it more affordable, they are trying to use AI and technology and basically deflate the costs. And this is what sort of innovation does, right? It deflates a lot of the regular legacy costs that it takes to be able to perform an action from the administrative perspective for hospitals. And for accessibility, they're trying to have people use it on their own devices to hopefully make it more accessible for people to just access their healthcare information all in one spot. So if we go on their services page, they are trying to get rid of traditional healthcare providers. Like, look at this. Goodbye healthcare providers. Hello, Babylon 360. Meet Babylon 360. Unlike traditional healthcare providers, it focuses on both preventative and primary care. Babylon 360 gives you the tools and advice to stay healthy and 24/7 access to care when you're sick, all from your device. Meaning, it's kind of like they're trying to provide data-driven recommendations to you in order for you to be healthy, which is like instead of going to a doctor and the doctor says, hey, you need to sleep more because you have stress, the device itself would kind of give you the insights on what you're stressed about. This is kind of like floating around as Palantir's consumer product, right? This thing that gives you recommendations based upon the data that you give it. So Babylon 360 would kind of be doing that in the healthcare space. And then when you're sick, there's 24/7 access to hospitals and doctors as a result of partnering with Babylon 360. See a doctor, not a waiting room. Need to see a doctor or a therapist? Looking for a prescription refill? It's easy. We give you 24/7 access to care right from your phone so you can see a healthcare provider without seeing a waiting room. This service is available at no extra cost through select insurance plans. Interesting. And then they have free digital health tools. So this is kind of just like instead of going on WebMD and freaking out if you like think you're going to die because your like foot is hurting, they would provide these health tools that are obviously a little bit more sophisticated all in one place. Now, why did Palantir make this investment? So first of all, it's important to understand Palantir's investment into Chapter. Chapter is a data-driven Medicare plan recommendation platform, and they just raised $42 million in their Series B financing as a startup. So they were part of Palantir's Foundry for Builders, where you get Foundry at a really decreased price, right? Like the subscription is much more decreased because Palantir is not trying to get money off of you. They're trying to just get you as a client for the long term. They're trying to have you integrated into the service. And as a startup, they were using Foundry to like hone in all of their data that they need to do, and they analyze like hundreds of millions of medical plans that exist in order to provide the best recommendations. So they're not trying to like replace healthcare. They're trying to attack the healthcare market, but from a different angle. And that angle is that there are people that need to know which Medicare plan to take. They're going to take a bunch of data from those people, take the existing data that they have, use Palantir Foundry to then synthesize all that, and then give an effective recommendation, and they get paid based upon that recommendation. Babylon is doing something a little bit different. You could say Babylon's doing like a part of that, but it's more so a comprehensive, cohesive package of not having to go through an insurance provider or to like partner with an insurance provider, but rather having immediate access to doctors right through your phone and immediate access to information about your health right through your phone. And the way they say they're doing this is by using AI and technology to get rid of all of the administrative tasks that it takes when you call a doctor, they schedule a meeting, then they have to do this, this, and that. They're replacing all of that with technology so that humans can do it in a much more efficient way. And then you as a human get the benefit off that because the administrative work is being done in an efficient way. So you don't have to worry about like going through 17 calls just to get an appointment. And then on your phone, you can schedule it all through your phone, right? So it's like one tap, set an appointment, 3 p.m. tomorrow. It gets scheduled in, you're good to go, and then it's all said and done. They also say on their website, they achieve re-engineering the healthcare focus by leveraging a highly scalable digital-first platform combined with high-quality virtual clinical operations to provide integrated, personalized healthcare. They endeavor to support patients' health needs from their devices, and they aim to promote longer and healthier lives. So this, to me, is kind of the Teladoc angle, right? So Teladoc is a big position in Kathy Wood's ARC ETF. I'm working on a video on them to try to understand Teladoc a little bit more. But the whole idea of Teladoc is like if healthcare just goes virtual, right? If like everyone could just like talk to a therapist through Zoom, or everyone could just like get their healthcare advice through. Because when you go to a doctor, like what do? Like they just ask you a bunch of questions and then they give you some advice, right? Like if that could be done through Zoom, you save more time, you save more money, you get more efficient, you get more productive. And if it's all integrated through Teladoc, then that's where the business opportunity is there in a nutshell. Babylon is doing that to an extent in terms of virtualizing the healthcare space, but they're also trying to attack the general healthcare market by providing a more comprehensive set of services that doesn't require legacy sort of institutions where you sign up on a website and you get mails back and forth. It's just like as easy as trading stocks on Robinhood. I'm assuming that's the best comparison for what they're trying to do with healthcare. The other thing I want to say on their website they say is really important is that their complete solution is through our Babylon VBC service. We manage the totality of patients' healthcare, including taking full financial responsibility for all costs incurred within the secondary and tertiary care setting. Through our virtual care and digital health suite services, we provide Babylon's full suite of AI and monitoring products, care navigation and non-clinical support by live chat, phone, or video, and virtual consultations with a clinical professional for both urgent and chronic conditions. So it seems like they are another healthcare provider and they do all the traditional healthcare stuff, but then they have this virtual angle to them, this AI angle to them, where they provide technology to administrators in certain hospitals to make things more easier, and they provide the actual services that users need right from their phone. That's sort of the accessibility argument, where you can access virtual consultations, which is a very, very big market, and Teladoc is kind of a testament to how big the market is becoming. And Babylon is that all-in-one solution, which means you don't have to partner with like Blue Horizon and then Teladoc and then another service to do, and then another virtual therapist through like BetterHelp.com, which is like a mental health virtual therapist thing. Babylon's trying to take all of the ways in which you get your healthcare, all of the problems that you have in your life, all of the things that you need to get fixed, all of the virtual consultations you can do, put it in one spot, put it in an app on your phone, and then use a ton of AI and machine learning to drive the recommendations for you to become a more healthier person long term. Palantir's investment in this makes sense. Now, is Babylon going to succeed? I don't fully know. I mean, we're still waiting for news. We're still waiting to understand how this company plans to scale. But I mean, if they are able to pull this off and even get a tiny slice, I mean, they don't need to get a big slice of the healthcare market. They need a tiny slice of the healthcare market. That's a big deal, right? Because at that point, if all healthcare providers are now switching to this type of virtual consultation model, if all healthcare providers now have to use AI to manage the data-driven recommendations that they're using, and all of them have to like integrate with some type of tech stack like Palantir Foundry, and Babylon's already doing it, and it's been doing it since 2021. When 2027 comes along, if they've been able to scale to get more and more patients on their platform, and they've been able to scale to actually integrate data as the basis for how individuals make decisions about their life and their health, then you've got an all-in-one suite of products in one place that's going to have a ton of competitors, but still is going to be able to capture a little bit of the healthcare market. And the healthcare market's a multi-trillion-dollar market. You're able to get a little bit of that. There is a good chance that you can get a decent return on that capital. In the context of Palantir, that's what I see. I think they're taking a bet on healthcare moving on to being digital, to being data-driven. That's with their investment in Chapter. That made a lot of sense. I did a video on that. I'll leave it in the description. And ultimately, if they can win off Babylon really showing some good results, then their equity stake is going to mean a lot, especially with Babylon using Foundry, and Foundry is a one-of-kind product. So if Babylon's already data-driven and they're using Foundry to be able to drive their data operations and to be able to make sense of all of it, you've got a good opportunity. I don't know if it's going to work. We got to hold on. We got to see some more news. But if it does work, then there's a big chance that this could be a great SPAC investment for Palantir. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you knew about Babylon Health or if you looked up any of their thoughts before or any of their presentations before and you've been on their website. And what do you think? Do you think they have a chance to actually take on the healthcare market? Thank you for watching. Looking forward to comments. My name is Mitt. I'll see you in the next one.